Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday. What's up, guys? How you doing? How the heck are ya? Happy Monday. Oh, all right. When you guys are here, let me know that you're here. Say hello to me. I'm back in Idaho. I'm done traveling. I have so much to talk to you about today. Good morning, Jamie. Hi. Um, Facebook, when you're here, let me know. Tell me where you're joining from. Okay, so check it out, you guys. I have such great stuff to talk with you about today for Mindset Monday. Good morning, Nancy. Hi, I really hope you enjoyed this live. Today's live, we're going to be talking about something that I hear over and over again, and it's really interesting. I'm running kind of this beta test group with my community. It's a club, it's a membership, and it's called She Ascends. And this She Ascends membership, I'm getting all kinds of data from my women, from people that are going through my program, and I've noticed something, right? I've been really noticing and paying attention. And what I've been noticing, and this isn't just true to this particular membership group, but what I've been noticing is these words keep coming up, right? These words: unsatisfied, discontent, frustrated, overwhelmed. Overwhelmed is big. Stressed, uncertain, overstimulated. All these words keep coming up. And I'm noticing them not only with women that I'm coaching, but I'm also noticing them within my group membership program. So, these are the things that people are experiencing, and these are the emotions that are coming up right now. And I know that a lot of you feel that way, right? I feel that way a lot, and I have to manage it. And I feel like blah, right? Have you ever felt that way? Where it's just like blah. It's really interesting because what I want to talk to you guys about today is this concept that I really want to sink in for you. And if you can really get this concept today, this is the fastest thing that will pull you forward with your mindset. The fastest thing. You guys ready? I'm going to share with you the concept and example for you to help understand it and grasp it, because it's a little different. It's a little different. And then I'm going to kind of back into it and teach you how to actually run this filter in your life. Does that work? Okay, so let's start with a definition here. So there's this concept that I've created called value endurance. Value endurance. So I truly believe that values are the vehicle to your vision in your life. And I think we get it twisted and backwards. And I also feel like that's why we all feel like we're out of touch. We're disconnected. That's why we feel like we're not on purpose. That's why we feel lost. That's why we feel unsatisfied. That's why we feel all these emotions, right? And I think that when we can start thinking about value endurance, and I'll talk to you about that, and what that concept means, is when everything kind of falls into place and it helps you ascend up that ladder into clarity and purpose, driven by your values, not external, but intrinsic. Big difference. Okay. So we think of endurance a lot, and it's funny I use this term because I was in the fitness industry for so long, but we use endurance as like you just keep going. You can go forever, right? You can just go and you can go and you can go. And I think in our society, right, in this hustle hard society, we keep enduring no matter what, because we don't have discernment to understand the difference between enduring for what is really truly important to us and what's going to actually serve and support our higher self. We don't have the discernment to understand what that is versus what we're enduring for an external approval or external circumstance, right? When it's really not even true to you. And we endure and we endure and we endure to hustle, to succeed, to do all these things, but we haven't even defined what success in our values really looks like, intrinsically, not externally. Yep. Right, Mary Beth? I know, it's landing. Good. So when this is landing for you, let me know, because I'm going to keep going. So let's define value endurance. Value endurance is enduring only that which pulls you in to your alignment with your values. Value endurance, enduring only that which pulls you into alignment with your values. Discernment, right, is needed in endurance. This is a lesson I had to learn the hard way. A lesson I had to learn such a hard way that it almost literally killed me. And when I say that, I mean that. And I know there's a lot of you out there enduring to endure, not understanding the difference in the discernment and using your discernment to understand what is serving, supporting you and your higher self and what is harming you. I didn't know the space between. I didn't really know the space between. And I call that, you guys have heard me talk about this before, neutral. Shifting from high gear when you're like, woo, drive, 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 endure, endure, endure. Ooh, take pause, go back to neutral. Okay, where am I at? Where are my values, right? Do I need to retract and go back to reverse for a little bit, right? Hang out there. Do I need to stay neutral and really figure this out? Or do I need to keep going forward? That is discernment. That is neutral. That is the space between. That is where your key to unlocking happiness and alignment lives. Now let me break this down even more. This is landing for you guys. Good. I love it. Okay, so check it out. How do we do that? The problem that we have, I'm going to repeat this again. The problem that we have in our society is we are externally driven by goals that are not of us. We are externally driven by goals that are not of us. And we, like sheep, follow the herd of what success is supposed to look like and create a goal based on that versus our intrinsic set of values. I'm glad this is really hitting home for you guys. Good. Does that make sense? That's the problem. That's where unsatisfaction, discontent, uncertainty, overwhelm lives there. And an externally motivated goal. Let me put this to you guys this way. It's really interesting because people get so they're so attached to their goal when they really should be attached to their values. Okay, so listen, I know a lot of you are like, what are my values? How do I find my values? I have a really great way of doing that, and that's what I do in my She Ascends Club. We start to micro, not macro, your values. We micro them. Yours, not society's. And then and only then can you create success and happiness and be the bee and be the way that you want to show up in the world and create what you want to create truly and in alignment. And that's where happiness lives. That's the ascension. Is that landing? So let me give you a little example of why I lived in misery, depression, anxiety, fear, eating disorders for years. I'm going to tell you why. Because I started with the goal. Oh, I want to get on stages. Oh, I want to be a successful fitness competitor. I didn't start with my values. So my habits, right, the habits that you live every day are what get you to a goal. So if you're living habits that get you to a goal that is external and is not intrinsic to you, that's misalignment. That's discontent. That's frustration. And guess what, ladies? That's your overwhelm. That's your overwhelm. Let's fix it. Your values intrinsically to you don't have to look like anybody else's. Right? So when I went down this path of, I want to get on stage, because that's what everybody in the fitness industry does. They compete, right? They win. So I endured. I endured everything and created the habits that got me to the goal. Well, those habits that I created were harming me. They were harming me. They were not supporting or serving my higher level self. You got it? This is landing with you guys. Good, I'm glad. This is landing with you. Share it. Share it with people. This is an important message. This is healing right here in this moment. And you can heal yourself if you listen to what I'm saying and you really let it sink in. Okay, so think about this. Here I am, right? No values attached to anything. It's just I got to get on stage. So I hustle hard for years, like almost a decade. All right, ladies, gentlemen, a decade. And I harm myself to the point where I create so much dis-ease in my body, in my life, dis-ease, right? I'm frustrated. I'm lonely. I'm discontent. I'm disconnected from my friends and family. I'm not even being a mom. I'm being a terrible mom. Very honestly, I hate even saying that out loud, but I was. I wasn't showing up the way I should have been showing up for anybody because I wasn't in my values. I was in my goal. My goal didn't align with my values. Therefore, my habits didn't align with my values, and my habits were harming me. Got it? Good. This is landing, you guys. Good. I'm glad. You're welcome for talking about this. This is what I do. So my programs, all this is what I do. So what I want to share with you guys right now is if you lead with your values, Janet, you'll want to listen to this if you're just joining now. This is a good one. If you lead with your values and then allow the goals to be in alignment with your values, you can filter it through your behaviors. And this is a very complicated kind of thing I'll back into, but listen. Starting with your values, like honestly, and you're picking up what I'm putting down. Good, I like it. Thanks, Carrie. So what I'm trying to say is, listen, if you want to change your goal, it's okay. Shh, it's not a secret. You can change. It. You filter it through your value system. So if your goal is creating habits that are not in alignment with your values, you get to change the goal. Let me tell you something that's really interesting. Values typically don't change. Right? Goals can change, but your values are usually the same. Right? So in that moment when I want to get on stage and I want to do what everybody else does, because that's what people in the fitness world do, I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to get it. I'm going to hustle. I'm going to grind. I'm going to endure no matter what. Meanwhile, all of my behaviors, my daily life, my habits did not align with my values. So I was in this vicious cycle of negative feedback loop. So take a step back, right? That's what I did when I finally healed. I had to figure it out. So this is the thing I want to share with you guys. You know, my values were in being a service. In my career, I have quadrants I do with people, and I feel like success and happiness and balance comes when you have integrated your values into all 4 quadrants that I kind of frame in your life. And I do this with a bullseye tactic. It's pretty cool. So anyhow, in this particular quadrant of my life, my values were service, always of service. Like I wanted to be like all I've ever wanted to do is serve people. Like that's it. Like that's all I've ever wanted to do is serve people. So here I am saying, and my values are I want to serve people. How is me getting on stage serving people? I wasn't serving anybody. I wasn't doing anything with my values, right? I wasn't serving anyone by that. If I had been in my gym more, putting more focus on my gym and my clients and growing my businesses and serving people and really showing up and being present, that's my values. But I couldn't because my habits that were going to support the goal didn't allow me to do that. Because I had to eat every 2 hours. I had to work out like a freaking crazy person. And I was manic. And I couldn't even go out with my friends or support people because my brain wasn't working because I wasn't having any food. Meanwhile, my hormones were breaking down. I developed an autoimmune disease and I'm physically exhausted and I can't even play with my daughter or practice gymnastics because of an externally motivated goal that I set that had nothing to do with my values. And it took me down a path of destruction that harmed me, suffocated me, and led me into mental illness. Literally, I was so depressed, I couldn't get out of bed. Literally, I was so sick, I could barely function or sleep. And that externally motivated goal that we are inundated with in this society of overstimulation is what is wrong with the people and what is wrong with where we are currently. That is what is wrong because we don't know how to connect with our value system because we don't even know what it is. But I want to share with you how. You can do it. You can do it. It takes time. It takes commitment. But you can do it. You can get reconnected. You can be in alignment. You can not feel overwhelmed every day. You can feel happy and connected and loving and living into your values in all quadrants of your life, not just one. You can. I'm so passionate about it. It makes me emotional, right? Because this is what causes that fitness addiction, food addiction, literally alcohol addiction, any of these addictions, is when we're setting ourselves up for failure with externally motivated goals instead of aligning with our values because we forget or we don't tap or we don't feel into what they are. And when you start there, everything else falls into place. Start with your goals. Don't start with your values. Don't start with your goals. Start with your values. Don't start with your goals. Create a goal based on your values and back into it. Create the behaviors, right, in your life, the habits, the next best behavior that brings you closer to your values. And then you get the ultimate goal, which is happiness, peace, contentment, loving, nurturing, support, and connection. That's what we want. That's what we all want. Am I right? Yes. So a lot of us think we want all these external things. And maybe you do. But you've got to use your own discernment. You've got to get deep to understand what it is that you want. So I know this is a concept that's, different, but this is my concept. It's called value endurance. And it's something that I preach, that I embody, and that I've really tried to share. So, and I'll be talking more about my She Ascends program. I have a group of wonderful, amazing women in it right now, but I will be relaunching it. It's going to be a shorter version as a challenge. I'll be doing that in late August. So it's definitely worth it because it will help you align with those values. It'll help you connect to them so that you can stay in that space instead of in that externally motivated space. All right, guys. So remember, you're thinking about what you're enduring today and if you're enduring it for the right reasons or for the externally motivated reasons. Why are you enduring it? Take inventory. Right? What are you enduring that's not supporting or serving your higher self? Let go of it. Reevaluate. Shift to neutral. Remember, neutral is that space in between. It's a space in between. And it's easy to get caught in that hustle and that grind and that externally motivated thing that we think we need to live into. It's easy. What's challenging and where growth lives is in the space between. It's in neutral. All right, you guys, I love you. Thank you for allowing me to manage your mind and contribute in some way, and that you take the time to listen to me. I'm truly honored and grateful. And so if this is the way that I know that this is supporting you, and the way that I know I'm showing up for you is when you share it. When you invite people to listen to the things that I have to say. So if this spoke to you in some way, if you felt connected to it in some way, or if you think that it will help someone else, I'm inviting you to share it, please. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm inviting you to share it, please. This is how I get my message out into the world. This is how we are generous. This is how we show up for people, right? This is service. Service. Okay. So have a beautiful day. Start living into your values and endure only what pulls you forward into your higher level self. Okay, guys. Love you, and I will talk to you soon. Oh, I'm still on Facebook. I wanted to tell you guys before I head out. Wednesday is going to be a very interesting live also. Oh, I'm going to be an interrupter on Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be different. I'm going to be talking about fitness in a way that a lot of you might not expect from me. A lot of my own self-actualization realizations continue to happen because I'm constantly growing too. Like we're all get to grow. We're all on a journey. I have something to share with you. So you don't want to miss Wednesdays either. It's going to be a really good one. All right, you guys, have a beautiful day. Thank you for sharing it. Oh, thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love that this connected with you. Love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. Okay, have a beautiful, beautiful day.